Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to do a comparison of my 2015 Lincoln MKZ Hybrid and my 2019 MKZ Hybrid. Before I continue with the video, I just wanted to say thank you to all my viewers for the support. My channel has seen really good growth this year and it's all thanks to you guys. I know my channel is still small, but it means a lot to me. I've also started a second YouTube channel where I record nature sounds for relaxation and meditation. Yes, it's nothing to do with cars, but it's something I think everyone can enjoy. Please check it out and subscribe. The channel is called 4K Nature Channel. I'll leave the link below in the description box. On with the video. I will be going over the exterior design, interior materials quality, the driving dynamics, and the infotainments. The 2013 to 2016 models had the front end with the Eagle Wing grille, and the 2017 and up models had the Jaguar-like front end. The Bronze Fire Metallic is a 2015 and the black one is a 2019. I know this is going to be controversial, but I think I like the 2015 look a little better than the updated 2017 models on hire. This is just my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the 2019 has an aggressive look to it, but it really doesn't suit the car in my opinion. Lincoln should have updated both front and back because the back end has a restrained look to it, which suits the 2015 style grille a lot better. The 2019 kinda blends in with the other vehicles on the road, whereas the 2015, it stands apart. I really like the multi-spoke wheels on the 2015 versus the weird looking ones on the 2019. I'm thinking of powder coating the 2019 wheels next year. When I drive my 2019, people always ask me if it's a Jaguar. I'm like, nah bro, it's a Lincoln. Whereas when I drive my 2015, people ask me what the damn thing is. I do get more compliments in my 2015, mainly because it looks like nothing else on the road. I love the LED treatment on the 2019. It looks really good when it's actually working. Also, the 2019 sits a little bit higher than the 2015, giving it a little bit more ground clearance. When I got tires put on my 2015, the employees asked me if I got it lowered and was shocked to find out that it was completely stock. Even getting onto my driveway, I always scratch the bottom of the bumper on my 2015, but not on the 2019. A subtle difference on the back end is the location of the trunk opening button. For some reason, the trunk button is located where the license plate light is at the bottom on the 2015 model. Some owners don't even know it exists, and it's so inconveniently placed, especially when you have a handful of things and you need to open the trunk. It's not even foot activated, so why even put it down there where no one can see it? I really don't know what they were thinking with that, but on the 2019, they placed it beside the third brake light. It's easy to open and you won't miss it. Not really sure why they didn't do that in the first place. Anyways, let's move on to the interior, shall we? I do want to go a little bit in depth in the interior because it's where you spend most of your time. The materials quality in the 2019 is really good compared to the 2015. The door panels are thickly padded with soft touch materials and nice stitching as well. The wood trim is real on both models and adds a nice touch in the cabin. Although there are a lot of hard plastic, Lincoln did a really good job making it look expensive. The window switches on the front door panel are perfectly placed. More on that later. One thing to point out is that in the 2019 model, the ambient lighting strip runs all the way across the door panel, giving it a much more premium feel compared to the 2015, in which the ambient lighting strips don't go all the way across. The seats on the 2019 are fabulous, and it's one of the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in. Starting from 2017, Lincoln started using Bridge of Weir leather, which is very soft and supple. Out with the crappy THX sound system and in with the nice Revel setup. 2017 and up models got the optional 14 and 20 speaker Revel systems. Again, it adds to the overall quality of the vehicle. This one does not have the panel roof option. Instead, it's just a standard roof. So there's a little bit more headroom in the back seats. Instead of a panel roof, you get a rear sunshade for extra privacy. The material quality carries to the back of the car as well. Soft plush leather and lots of stitched details. I really like the center of the steering wheel with the stitching on the side. Lincoln did a really good job with this 2019 model to help it compete with other luxury cars. It's just a shame that Lincoln doesn't make any more sedans here in North America. Moving on to the 2015, the door panels do not have the same amount of padding as the 2019 one. There's lots of hard materials used on the door panels. The window switch is far out of reach on this model. I always, till this day, end up opening the rear left passenger window instead of the driver window, but this is not a problem on the 2019. The leather quality on the seats are not as good as the Bridger Weir leather on the 2019, and it's not as plush either. But the leather has held up very well considering this has triple the mileage versus the 2019. The leather is a bit firm, however, it's not as near as firm as the European competitors. Both vehicles have massaging seats which are nice on longer road trips. This one has the optional panel roof. If you option the panel roof, you won't get grab handles or rear sunshade. And of course it cuts a little bit of headroom out of the rear seats. Yes, I'm being a little too harsh with the 2015 interior quality, but I do have to mention one thing. That is the sound that the door makes when closing. This is a very odd little detail that not too many people notice. Shutting the door, there's a solid thump sound in the 2015, which I don't hear with the 2019. The 2019 sounds a little bit more hollow, which reminds me of my old Hyundai Sonata I used to have. The 2015 sounds heavy, which I really love. It's hard for the recording to pick up, but take a listen. Next, we will talk about the infotainment. The 2015 MKZ has the Sync 2 operating system. It's cool and all, but it's very slow to the touch. If you come from any newer car with the touchscreen interface, you will be disappointed with this system. However, you could upgrade to Sync 3, which is way faster to responses. I really like the touch-sensitive controls here, but many people did not like it. Lincoln responded by giving people more buttons and knobs in 2017 and higher models. The funny thing is that literally almost all the newer luxury cars have touch-sensitive controls for every function, so I think the MKZ was way ahead of its time. But I do personally prefer to use buttons for things like heated and cooled seats and things like that. Don't really want to go through a touchscreen for all that, but trust me, you will get used to it in no time if you choose this car over the 2019 one. So I'm in the 2019 with the Sync 3 system, and boy is it ever fast. This one's got the Apple CarPlay, which is very convenient, but you don't really need it. And yes, you have knobs and buttons, finally. I especially like the switch control for the temperature. It has a very heavy feel, so it's very satisfying when you use it, even though it's plastic. I think looks-wise, I prefer the 2015 center console layout, mainly because it looks clean. The 2019 is just a little too cluttered for my liking, with all the buttons and knobs. However, functionally I do prefer the 2019 because of all the physical knobs and buttons. Which center console style do you prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. Last but not least, let's talk about driving dynamics. I want to save the best for last because this is where these two cars are so different from each other. I'm talking about night and day difference here. Driving the 2015, it feels very planted to the road. It doesn't bounce around and the suspension does a decent job soaking up bumps considering this has 19-inch wheels. These cars have adaptive suspension. In comfort mode, there's more suspension travel, and the steering feels very smooth and effortless. In sport mode, the suspension really tightens up, and the steering is more responsive to input. I leave it in normal mode for everyday driving, put it in sport mode when I'm doing mountainous driving and comfort mode when I'm driving on gravel roads or a long straight stretch of highway. I find comfort mode a little too bouncy over bumps and I feel like I'm going to lose control of the vehicle. And of course there is normal mode, which is a good blend of both sport and comfort. This car handles exceptionally well, especially on the corners. You have to drive one yourself to understand what I'm talking about. You can take this on a winding mountain road and it will do very well. The 245 width tires all around do an amazing job keeping everything together. There is a bit more road noise coming into the cabin compared to the 2019, but it's nothing unbearable. More engine noise enters the cabin and you can feel the transition between the electric motor and gas engine, which can be a bit jarring sometimes. Driving the 2019, you can tell it's tuned for pure comfort and nothing else. The driving dynamics of the 2019 makes the 2015 MKZ feel like an economy car. Yes, it's that refined in terms of ride quality and isolation. This feels heavier when driving, whereas the 2015 felt a little lighter and easier to toss around. The steering feel is also effortless and smooth in all settings. It can be a little bit numb sometimes where you don't feel what the front tires are doing, but you'll get used to that. The difference between the three driving modes are very minute. Even in sport mode, the drive is super smooth. Sport mode on the 2019 is equivalent to comfort mode on the 2015 in my opinion. It's super quiet inside the cabin, as well as the transition between the gas and electric is seamless. The turn signals, wiper switches feel very nice. I can proudly say that this is more of a luxury car than the 2015 MKZ. End of story. However, this does not handle as well as the 2015. Yes, the ride does firm up a little bit in sport mode, but the steering is nowhere near as responsive as the 2015. This car is meant to be driven in comfort mode. If you want that old school ride where you feel like you're floating on a cloud, this is it, folks. This is the car for you. Both cars have the 2-liter hybrid engine. The 2019 accelerates much faster than the 2015 as expected. The 2019 MKZ only has 60,000 kilometers, while the 2015 has 220,000 kilometers. So obviously the 2015 is going to be a little bit slower because it's a high mileage engine. For the final thoughts, I think I like my 2015 just a bit more. I just like the way the 2015 handles, and that's literally the main reason I take the 2015 over the 2019 MKZ. I just have more fun with it. The take-home message is that the 2019 is a better car, and I would say it's a real luxury car, whereas the 2015 was an attempt to create a luxury car. The 2017 models and higher did a really good job hiding the Ford Fusion bones, which is quite impressive actually. What are your thoughts on the MKZ? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.